What's going on, world? I go by the name of CA Revolution, and this is React.
And I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. I'm not bragging, it's my testimony. And I know this one thing for me is that I came a long way.
So today I want to talk about being hard on yourself. So I just want to ask you that question. Are you being hard on yourself? So when I was younger, I used to be called a lot of names that would make me insecure. So one of the things that people called me was stupid. And anytime I would do something like fail a test or not get as high of a grade on the test that I studied for and I feel like I should have done better, I would look in the mirror and I would insult myself. I would tell myself like, man, you're so dumb, or you're so stupid, or you are what people say. And I would really create a character and an identity for something that I'm really not. And so again, I ask you, are you being hard on yourself? Why are you doing that? And where is that taking you? What has that done for you so far? When I look at what happened to me, I was being hard on myself because there was a character that someone else created that I was trying to conform to. Think about butterflies trying to go back into a caterpillar stage. And that's not what we should be doing. And I want to encourage you to not beat yourself up. There's no going back. Once you morph, you've evolved, you've matured into the person you are now. And like I said in a different video, you're the oldest you've ever been. You're the wisest you've ever been. You're the most experienced you've ever been. So with that being said, there's information, there's wisdom, there's understanding, there's insight to who you are now versus who you used to be. So I don't want you to beat yourself up anymore because of something you used to be. I want you to upgrade. I want you to update. I want you to rethink about who you are now and utilize that as leverage to grow into a person, a future version of you, a better version of you. And so I think the important question to ask is, what is the difference between accountability and beating yourself up? Well, in my personal opinion, I believe accountability is something that gives you constructive criticism, and it is something for you to build on top of. So though it is criticism, it's something that is positive, and what it does is it helps you to shape and to mold into the person or the goal that you're trying to create. So if you were trying to, let's say, lose weight, for example, constructive criticism might tell you that your eating habits are not the best, or constructive criticism might tell you that you need to be more disciplined. Yet it's not insulting you and it's not harming you. It's telling you something that's going to be better for you, and then it's encouraging you along the way. I believe beating yourself up is similar, but it's not the same. Similar because it still could be constructive criticism, yet it creates insecurities. That same opportunity for you to take positive feedback is instead you just taking feedback, and instead of focusing on the positive that it could create, you're so honed in on the negative part of it. So instead of you looking at the feedback just as what it is at face value, you feel like you have to completely create a new identity or a new person, and that's not what I want you to do. Sometimes we beat ourselves up because of habit, but my question is, why are you doing that? What have you seen someone else do? Is that why you're doing that? What have you been used to growing up? And especially for those of us who grew up with trauma, sometimes we revert to those previous activities just because we thought that that's what it was that got us to where we are, when it's not. So a lot of times we beat ourselves up because we're living in a failed moment. We're living in a moment where we were not successful, and that is absolutely not where you want to stay. Now, understanding that failure is a part of success, and failure is just a part of learning in general. Yet, failure is not your identity. One of the ways you'll win and not beat yourself up is by constantly having vision and reminding yourself of what the vision is. Not only can you do that, because that can be dangerous, you don't want to have so much vision that you live in your mind and in your imagination. And I'm guilty of this sometimes. Sometimes I can be in my mind literally for hours in a day, and I'll be so full of my imagination and thinking about what I'm going to become as I'm becoming it that I don't come back to reality and put the work in. So a part of beating yourself up is because sometimes we live in a fantasy land. And because we live in this fantasy land, when we snap back to reality, we're not present with the moment. And because we're not present with the moment, we're upset because we feel like we should experience what we see in our mind. And think about it like this. Some of us, we don't have the relationships we wanted to be in. Some of us are not as healthy as we wanted to be. Some of us are not financially stable like we intended to be at this time or at this position in life. And guess what? That's okay. You don't have to be everything you envision all right now because you're still living. So that gives you an opportunity to continue to get to where you want to be. Day by day, moment by moment, we have to press through and we have to be what we want to be. Beating ourselves up is not going to be the answer. That's not the key to getting to where we want to be. The key is by living where you are in the moment you're in, having constructive criticism, looking at the better and what's going on, understanding what failures and unsuccessful moments you've had, but allow those things to motivate you, not devastate you. Last thing I want to remind you of is the goal is not perfection. The goal is success. So what is your definition of success? Once you latch onto your definition of success, then you can latch onto your journey to get you where you need to be. But I don't want you to beat yourself up. Take whatever help you need in order to get you to a healthy mental space, whether it be meditation, prayer, seeking counseling, or reaching out to a friend. There are things and people available to help you not beat yourself up. The goal is for you to not be so hard on yourself. There's a better version of you waiting to meet you, waiting to experience you. And there's a better version of you in the world that we're waiting for. The only way that can happen is if you don't beat yourself up, you hold yourself accountable, and you stay positive, even though the situations around you may not be as positive. You stay positive and create and give life to situations to make it better. I believe in you. You can do it. Thank you. Hey guys, listen, I really want to get this content out, and I really need your help to do it. So if you can like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow, that would be amazing. I look forward to seeing you in the future under the comments and the likes and the subscriptions and everything like that. Have a great day. Bye.
But I'm not what I used to be. And I know this one thing for me is that I came a long way. And I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. I'm not bragging, it's my testimony. And I know this one thing for me